I didn't plan on making this like a two-part video, but I had started the disassembly and everything on the front of the truck, but then I did not get my parts in time to kind of finish it. So I have all the parts now. The first part of the video, or the first part, I was talking about the caster bushings. I was going to add, they were 2.6 degree. After putting those in on top of the knuckles, it really put the ball joint at an extreme angle already. And then just swinging the knuckle back and forth, it got real tight in one direction versus the other. So again, I didn't need 2.6, but I just figured if I can get closer to 7 or 8 degrees caster, the better. But it didn't work out. So scrap that idea. Then I had to ordered some 1.5 degree caster bushings. Got those. The same day I was supposed to get the parts from PSC. Those did not show up. That was Monday. Today's Thursday. I got the new caster bushings yesterday, and I went with the 1.5. Those went right in. Everything was smooth. There was no tension whatsoever. So no big deal. I got the 1.5 degrees back that I took to the added pinion angle, so I got back to where I was. All right, so a few days later. All right, so where am I at now? Let's spin around and take a look. All right, so everything is back together. I went ahead and reassembled everything. So axles, unit bearings, you know, everything's back. So everything's on, torqued down, hubs are on. So all said and done. And I just wrapped up the hydro assist hoses. Close that barn door. So everything's routed. I'm running 245s off the blue top steering gear. It looks tight, but there is plenty of space for everything. I just have it kind of zip tied together for right now to kind of make my or it's going to kind of fall in place. I'm going to get some hydro black polyurethane spiral wrap the hoses 100%. I'll wrap the individual pieces by themselves, and then where they meet, they'll be wrapped together. And then once it's all flexing and warmed up, the hoses will find their natural position. So I did start the truck up and did lock to lock a few times. Then the pump started whining, so I knew it was getting low on fluid. So I could hear it hissing off the cap, pop the cap, and it was under a little bit of pressure. Bubble, bubble, bubble. So I stirred that up a little bit, and I'm gonna leave the cap off and let everything kind of settle down. And then I'll add a little bit of fluid, start it back up, and you know, lock to lock, and get all that stuff bled. So everything's turned out really well. I know I already covered it. There's a 1/2 inch of spacer inside the ram to limit the throw. Basically, I'm within a 1/16 of an inch per side of the stroke, but I am getting 100% of my steering. And lock to lock, the bump stops on the knuckles are hitting here before the ram and everything else is maxed out. So everything's working good. That way I know I'm not, this way I know the steering is limiting itself and nothing's trying to overpower itself or have more throw or not enough throw, however you want to word it. So everything looks good. So I'll let this stuff settle down. Start it back up, get everything bled. Hopefully one more time will be good. And then I'll be able to have a video of it cycling. And the good news is I just got an email last night. My front coilovers will be delivered next Tuesday, the 15th. So All right, truck is back on its own weight. The shocks are back in. Got those back from AccuTune. Got them all recharged. Got the bump stops back in. And limit straps. I readjusted those. Went for about a 50-mile trip. Everything is perfect. Steering is great. Hydro's all in there. All the hose is spiral wrapped. And what a difference. What a difference. So yeah, like I said, I just went for about a 50-mile trip. Of course, it's raining out and everything else. But what a difference. I mean, the steering is just so, how do you describe it? It's like that new car, new truck, nice and firm and smooth. It's awesome. The only thing, and this was a known issue I've had, like I said, this blue top steering gear box I've had since it was on the Bronco 2 Sarge. And I never got around to adjusting the little adjuster on it. Let's see if I can see that real quick. Where's that? Well, you can barely see it. So that was the only thing causing, I had a little bit of wander in the steering, just the steering wheel. Here's a light. So it's got a jam nut with a Allen bolt in the center. So I just tightened that down, and so I'll take it for another test spin here. Probably not today, it's nasty out. But the goal was the hydro assist, the install. Everything went great, and I'm sure with this adjustment, it's going to be all set. So that's it for the hydro install. Shocks are back on. Moving forward with some other stuff coming up. Not too much more I'm going to do to it major, other than try to figure out a front anti-rock sway bar. That's really the only thing I want to figure out, but it's going to be a little bit challenging. Really busy on the passenger side. Other than that, just going to get my off-road jack mounted and my power tank, and that'll be good for now. I got some projects coming up. I'm going to get John Parks' daughter's 86 B2 back in here. A couple weeks ago, we just put we took the Dana 28 and the 7.5 out of it, put a Dana 35 and an 8.8 in, which he had already had 456 gears in those, and the rear axle had a Detroit or Eaton True Track, which was actually from my old 8.8 back in the day. And then we went from a 3-inch to a 5.5-inch lift on it. So anyway, that'll be in here next weekend. We're going to take the old factory body mounts off, body bushings, brand new bushings, and we're going to do a 1-inch aluminum puck lift, just like or what I've done on the Explorer. And then 3 weeks from today, we're doing a solid axle swap on another buddy's full-size Bronco. I think it's a 96, but that's coming up here too. So always busy in the barn getting stuff done. So catch you in the next video.